All right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Okay, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson to the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachahakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. Peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right. So this is pretty much going to be, in addition of measuring the times, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to start this off with a video that was sent to me by the beloved, one of the beloved Akawath, you know what I'm saying? And, this would be a great video to get this thing started with. All right. So let's listen in.
That everybody gonna realize that God is in charge. He tired, he mad. Hey, he coming. He ain't gonna spare us no more. He's not gonna spare us no more. I'm letting you know. He's not gonna do it.
God, I'm gonna listen to that again.
That everybody gonna realize that God is in charge. He tired, he mad. Hey, he coming. He ain't gonna spare us no more. He's not gonna spare us no more. I'm letting you know. He's not gonna do it.
All right. And that was very powerful. You know what I'm saying? It was a very quick video, you know what I'm saying? But very, very powerful. All right. And you never know, that could have actually been an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, we may entertain angels unawares, man. Let me get that real quick. All right, before we really get started. All right, so this is Hebrews. Okay, Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 2. It says, Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Okay? So, that could very well be an angel. You know what I'm saying? We have angels that come in and visit us sometimes while we're at camp. You know what I'm saying? We have angels that may, they may manifest, and come into contact with us, or there may be just angels that's just monitoring us. You know what I'm saying? In the chariots. All right. But when you come across, all right, individuals that may seem to be a little offish or a little strange, but yet at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they're speaking profound truth. Okay. Never forget, man. All right, never forget that you may be entertaining an angel. Okay. So yeah, man, just that was just a quick side note, you know what I'm saying? So let's get started with this. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 9. Let's start at verse 1. It reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. That is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in this world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest had plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. All right. And we're about to look into some of these signs that the Lord said was going to be showing up in the last days, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's start this off with this video here. All right, check this out. Check this out. A mile-wide underwater volcano is ready to blow its top off the west coast. Scientists predict one of the Pacific Ocean's lesser-known volcanoes will blow its vent in the coming months, causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day. All right. Can you imagine that? Let's go back. All right, turn this off. Just check that out. A mile-wide underwater volcano, okay, is ready to blow its top off on the west coast. The scientists are predicting, okay, one of the Pacific Ocean's lesser-known volcanoes will blow its vent in the coming months, causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day. All right. Remember, what did Yahushua said? You know what I'm saying? There shall be earthquakes in diverse places. Okay. Now, this is also referring to what's known as the Ring of Fire. Okay. The Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. Let me show you real quick. All right, where that is. All right, so check it. The Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. It says the Pacific Ring of Fire is a horseshoe-shaped area around the Pacific Ocean, known for its high levels of volcanic activity and earthquakes formed by the movement of tectonic plates. It contains about 75% of the world's active volcanoes and accounts for approximately 90% of the world's earthquakes, all focused in this particular region, in this particular section of the planet, right? Check this out. This is it. Okay. All along the coast. Okay. All along the Pacific Ocean. You see what I'm saying? So you got it, you know what I'm saying, around towards Japan. Japan is in that mix. You know what I'm saying? The different islands of East Asia. You see what I'm saying? Hey man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You looking along the coast of West America, the west side of America. You know what I'm saying? And South America, North and South. All right. So this is pretty much a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. If these volcanoes go boom, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine the devastation. You see what I'm saying? But the scriptures say, as we just read it, let me read that again in 2 Ezra chapter 9. All right, verse 6, it says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And these are the signs that we're looking for, man. Okay, because all hell is about to break loose. Maximum devastation. Maximum. You see what I'm saying? You know, and we was looking at I was looking at something earlier about the possibility of Yosemite exploding. You know what I'm saying? The volcano in Yosemite. Okay, and the amount of devastation that that will cause if that was to erupt. All right. So the Lord is making this. The Lord is making it plain. All right. He's making it plain upon tables. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Through the mouth of his prophets that's bringing out this word. So all hell's about to break loose, man. You got to get your house in order now. You see what I'm saying? Get your house in order now, man. Let's see another video. All right, bear with me. All right. So this is a video from Nature's Power. All right, the YouTube channel Nature's Power. For the past couple days, you know what I'm saying, there have been tornadoes. All right, that swept through the state of Missouri. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to the beloved elder priest Mahaloya, you know what I'm saying, in Kansas City, and you know he said he kept up with some of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, the brothers that's in that was in that path of the tornadoes, you know what I'm saying, and the brothers are doing well. I myself I got into contact with somebody I know in Missouri, you know what I'm saying, St. Louis, and you know, so everything's cool with them. All right. And then on top of that, you look at what happened in Kansas City, all right, in Kentucky. There was a whole dust storm. You see what I'm saying? A whole dust storm, man. Okay. And just today, there's tornadoes that just swept through Colorado. All right. So the Lord is making his presence known, man. All right. So before I get some more scriptures, let's watch this.
Hey man, it's a tornado, man. We're in the tornado. Oh shit.
At least 16 lives have been lost, and dozens more injured after a powerful tornado tore through the St. Louis, Missouri, and Kentucky on Friday, May 16th, 2025.
When I say I was just in this shit, y'all, west side, man, I'm talking about tornado just hit me, cuz.
Footage captured during the storm shows roofs being peeled off buildings, trees uprooted, and debris scattered across streets. The National Weather Service confirmed that a tornado touched down near Clayton, Missouri, causing significant damage to structures and power lines. Over 5,000 properties were affected, and more than 115,000 customers were left without power by Friday night. Stick around till the end of the report because the damage is far beyond what you might think.
Me and my son, minor injury, but God, we can get another car. The tornado came through my car, y'all. But God.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh my God.
It wasn't just one tornado. It was a swarm. A system so violent, so unpredictable, that it brought entire counties to their knees. The first reports came in from Clayton, a suburb known for its tree-lined streets and quiet neighborhoods. What locals saw next was unlike anything they'd ever witnessed. A massive, churning tornado touched down in the heart of the suburb. Trees snapped like twigs. Cars were tossed. And then the funnel moved east, directly toward downtown St. Louis. By the time emergency services could react, entire neighborhoods were in ruins. In University City, homes were reduced to frames. In Forest Park, debris littered the historic grounds. The St. Louis Zoo sustained visible damage and closed through the weekend, though miraculously all animals and staff were safe. But the human toll couldn't be avoided. At least 7 people were confirmed dead in Missouri, and 17 more were injured and rushed to local hospitals, some in critical condition. One of the hardest hit areas was the Central West End, where buildings shook, windows shattered, and power vanished in an instant. In Roosevelt Town apartments, residents described lights flickering, walls trembling, and then the silence. The kind of silence that only comes before everything falls apart. Then came the roar. Debris filled the air, slamming into vehicles and buildings alike. Thousands of residents lost power. Over 115,000 customers were in the dark by 4:30 p.m. City workers took shelter in the basement of City Hall as radar confirmed a tornado moving directly toward the northern edge of downtown. And it wasn't over. The National Weather Service issued a rare high-level tornado warning, calling it a particularly dangerous situation. It was in place for over 1 million residents across Missouri, parts of Illinois, and even New Jersey. Towns like Marquand, Saco, and Steelville found themselves in the path of destruction. Hail the size of baseballs rained down in some areas. Flying debris was everywhere. Radar showed clear debris signatures over Clayton and Forest Park, suggesting EF2 to EF3 level damage. Though final assessments from survey crews are still pending, the evidence is undeniable. This was a major tornado outbreak. And it wasn't isolated. In Fenton, just southwest of St. Louis, a funnel cloud was spotted.
All right. So as you can see, you know what I'm saying, the devastation was massive, you know? So let's get some more precepts. All right. Like I said, just today, you know, tornadoes done hit Colorado. All right. So, you know, this this is some serious times that we in, man. All right. Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 22. It reads, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it." All right? You know what I'm saying? You need to start fearing the Lord, man. All right? Fear the Lord. That's what Yahushua said, right? I will forewarn you of who you shall fear. All right? He said, fear him. You see, this ain't no joke, man. This ain't no joke. All right? The time of warning is just about done, man. It's just about done. All right? I'm about to listen to one of the lessons by the beloved Elder Apostle Tahar. All right? And he's going into the fact that, you know, your boy Trump is showing his true colors. You know what I'm saying? He's you know, he's a damn madman, but we about to see a situation, all right, come out here like the Hunger Games. It's gonna be like the Hunger Games, the Squid Games, the Purge, man. Listen, shit's about to get crazy. Shit's about to get crazy. You see what I'm saying? But this is the signs that's showing you that we're at the end. Okay? Let's go to Psalms. All right, Psalms chapter 66. And let me see. Psalms chapter 66. Let's start at verse 3. Let's start at verse 2. Psalm 66 and 2 says, "Sing forth the honor of his name." All right? Make his praise glorious. And it all starts with knowing his name. All right? If you don't know the Lord's name, you see what I'm saying? When all hell breaks loose, it's your ass. It's your ass. You see what I'm saying? The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The name of his beloved Son is Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior. You see what I'm saying? All right? As it says in the book of Proverbs 30 and 4, what is his name and what is his son's name if thou canst tell? All right? So it's up to you to retain these names. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit is on you. You see what I'm saying? So sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto our power, How terrible art thou in thy works! Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. Come and see the works of our power. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. See? This is the type of power that we dealing with, man. Okay? He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. All right? That's what happened during the Exodus. There did we rejoice in him. He ruled by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Selah. Oh, bless our power, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard. All right? See what I'm saying? The Lord is terrible towards the children of men, man. You see? That's why we reverence his name, man. You see? The scriptures say, through fear of the Lord, we persuade men. Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 15. It says, let me see. So Psalms 83 and 15, it says, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish. You see? So, you know what I'm saying? The prophets have given a warning. Okay? And that in the time of warning, the time of grace, all right, the period of grace is running out. And we're already starting to see that the judgments are intensifying. Okay? Isaiah 28 and 2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. All right? The Lord is making known his great power. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's in the news, man. That's in the news. What else we got? All right, real quick. All right. So according to reports, the largest plantation in Louisiana has burned to the ground. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Amen. It's time to rejoice, man, because Esau's kingdom is falling apart. Let's get this here real quick. Barakatha Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get this in Lamentation real quick before I show this video. All right, this is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 21. All right, Lamentations 4 and verse 21, it reads, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Verse 22, The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. All right. This is another omen. You know what I'm saying? Another heavy sign that we see. Okay. So let's listen to this video.
This was the largest antebellum plantation house in the South, owned by one of the richest enslavers in the South. This is the Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana. It was built by enslaved Africans in 1859. It was owned by this guy, John Randolph. Now, John wasn't even from Louisiana. He was from Virginia originally, but he came from a wealthy slave-owning family, and his dad was hired by the federal government, and he moved with him. Now, originally, he wanted to make it into a cotton plantation, the same type of plantation that he was used to in Virginia. But he noticed that the climate in Louisiana was a lot different, so he changed it to a sugar plantation. And because of that, he ended up tripling his family's wealth. And he was a huge financial backer of the Confederacy in Louisiana. When he realized that the Confederacy was losing, he left his wife in Louisiana, took 200 slaves, and went to Texas. Once the Civil War was over, he eventually died in 1883, and his wife eventually sold the plantation for $50,000. That's the equivalent of $1.9 million today. And now he has no legacy at all.
Ah, shit. That's what I'm talking about, man. No legacy at all. Let's go back to that real quick. Yeah, this is the perfect shot, man. This is the perfect shot. The perfect shot. This is crazy. The Lord is amazing, ain't he? Yo, let me get another precept. I'm thinking about one more precept. Another precept I got. Shoot. Damn, it was just in my head. Come on. Come on, Lord. Let me see. There we go. Come. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Let's go to Isaiah. All right, Isaiah chapter 14, and let's hit verse, I think it's verse 23. Let's start at verse 21. All right. You know what? Nah, let's start at verse 20. Isaiah 14 and 20 says, "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial." And the them is talking about is the other nations. All right. Because after 1,000 years, because all these nations are going to come are going to come and be in the captivity under the children of Israel. You see what I'm saying? All the nations are going to be subjected unto the rule of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? For 1,000 years, it's going to be hardcore slavery. Okay, as is written, due to the fact that every one of these nations had a hand to play in us going into captivity. You see, and you can find that in the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Okay, verse 1 through 4. You know what I'm saying? You can go down even further down to like the sixth verse. You know what I'm saying? But all these nations that had a part to play in our downfall and in our captivity, all right, they're going to be subject to slavery for 1,000 years. Okay, but after that 1,000 years of slavery, they're going to be able to go back to their own allotted lands. All right, they're going to be able to live in peace under the supervision of the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be tributaries. All right. But that won't be the same for the Edomites. You see what I'm saying? The Edomites, so-called white people, you see what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to have that same privilege, that same luxury. You see what I'm saying? What's going to happen to them is found in Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. All right. Oh, verse 18, Salakia. Obadiah 1 and 18. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be their ultimate end. And I'm going to read a little bit of that right here. Okay? So, Salakia, tongue twister. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 20. It reads, "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned." All right? And this is the seed of evildoers, man. Okay? And this joker was so wicked, man. He left his wife to herself, you know what I'm saying, and just ran off with 200 slaves. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, to Mexico. All right? How many of those slaves are in how many of the descendants of those slaves are in Mexico speaking Spanish right now? See what I'm saying? All right. Living amongst Issachar. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? So it says, prepare slaughter, verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children. All right, for the iniquity of their fathers. As it says, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. This man has no more legacy. And that's a clear sign, because ultimately these Edomites will never have a legacy ever again. You can go to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right, starting at the first verse. They know what their end is. They know that it's ultimately going to end up in the abyss, and they're not gonna be remembered anymore. All right. So prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh Tazabawath, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. I also will make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. You see? The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand. You see what I'm saying? So the remembrance of these Edomites is going to be burned up. All right? Just like this house, just like this whole plantation that was built by the hands, built by the backs of the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? These so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. All right. Everything that was built, that has built up America. All right. And all their different empires around the world. You see, it's all going to come down once and for all. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right. Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 24. We'll end it here. All right. Ezekiel 17:24, it reads, and all the trees of the field, meaning all the nations, all right, all the nations or races of people, you see what I'm saying? And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, hath brought down the high tree. And who's the high tree? That's Esau, Edom. He rules this world. You see what I'm saying? All right. Hath exalted the low tree. Now, who's the low tree? You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. It's you Israelites, man. You're the low tree. You see? So all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look at all this wealth, all right, you look at all this wealth that he had that he had amassed, you know what I'm saying? All of that all that prestige and everything that they had. Look at that pristine environment. All right? Pristine. You look at all that shit, man. That's the green tree. That's the green tree. It's talking about their wealth. It's talking about the all the resources that they've acquired. Okay? That's the green tree, and the Lord is about to dry it up. Okay? So it says, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. All right? And who's the dry tree? It's you Israelites. You see what I'm saying? You're the dry tree. You're the low tree. Okay? You can look up, you can look at the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. You see what I'm saying? Who's the rich man? It's Esau, Edom. Who is Lazarus? It's the Israelites. See what I'm saying? You Jakes out here, man. All right. Have dried up the green tree and have made the dry tree to flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it. You see? So it's only a matter of time, man. And the Lord is the Lord is making this thing known, all right, by the tempests. He's making this thing known by by the different devastation to his kingdom. Okay? And the craziest thing about it is that he's got his own, all right? He's got Esau Edom tearing down his own kingdom. All right? So, hey man, this it's a wonderful thing, man. The Lord is very poetic. So I'm gonna cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Salaki, my sinus is going off. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, in closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.